Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, Budgeting My Abundance. I am the Abundant Mama, and this is the channel where I am documenting my journey to becoming financially free and living a financially independent life. Today is, I want to say week 3 of the ODBJ series. So that is our different budgeting journeys, and today we're actually discussing our method. And by our method, I mean this is literally our method that we use to create our budgets. And I figured it would be easier for me to show you my method basically just by doing a budget with me. Now it has been some time since I've done a budget with me. And this one's gonna be just a little bit different just because normally I would be budgeting a bit more money, but those who are already like subscribed to my channel and have watched a few of my videos, y'all already know the situation. I am no longer employed. So basically this money that I am budgeting would have normally gone to my sinking funds, but I decided to hold on to it so I can pay my bills. So I'm gonna be budgeting that money and applying those towards bills and going from there and explaining my method. So in this method, the way I budget, I usually do the zero balance method, which means I make it where every dollar is being put away or has an assignment to be used. And I guess the easier way to explain my method is you know how your bills are paid, or you know when your bills are due. So again, this kind of goes back into grabbing, like you're going through your bank statements, looking at what you spend and making a priority list. What are your top priorities? Your bills, your debt, subscriptions, anything like that. Find out your priorities and make a list of them. So like I have a car note that needs to be paid. I have car insurance, things like that. Those are my priorities. So no matter what happens, those are going to be paid. I'm going to find the money and those are going to be paid. So I start that off first. And then second is like my spending. So like for my wallet and groceries and etc. like that. So like I said, I'm going to write this out. So it would be my car insurance, well, car note first. And since I pay on a monthly basis, at the time I used to get paid on a bi-weekly basis. I would take for example, my car note, I make it a thing where I pay $145. The bill itself, I believe it's $289 a month. So since I get paid on a bi-weekly basis, I divide that in two. So I pay, and of course it's one something. And if it's changed, if it's not like an even number, then I always go up because I believe it is better to have more than not enough. So let's see. I can actually just show you. 289 divided by 2 equals 144.50. So for me, it's just easy to just make it 145. And that's pretty much what I do. They have some people who pay their bills on a weekly basis. I believe in just stuffing mine. And then when I have the amount, I deposit it. I am working up to the point, or my goal was to work up to the point where I can just have enough month ahead funds saved up, where once it's the beginning of the month, I can just go ahead and take that money and deposit it into my bank. And then it would be withdrawn from, the billers. When, whenever it's due, they would just, take it out when they need it or when it's due. That's the goal. Even though I'm unemployed, that's still the goal. I still want to put money to the side so I can work up that month ahead fund. So basically once I'm stuffing, I am stuffing for the next month and not the current month. And that is a process. So for my car note, I would be doing $145. For my phone bill, that would be $44. For my car insurance, that would be $130. Credit is still gonna get $30 because no matter what, that's still due. I normally would stuff, I would budget for daycare, but my baby's been home with me. And then because I live in a family home, Normally, I would be putting money to the side to help with the energy bill, but because I'm no longer working, that person understands that, and so for the time being, I'm not paying for energy. So then I would write out my total. So 145 plus 44, make sure you guys can see, plus 130 plus 30 would be 349. And then I would write I would write my wallet, because I'm still gonna stuff my wallet. I still need gas. And then I'll put my remainder. And then I have my gas. Spending, although I'm probably not gonna spend anything. And then honestly, that's it. So for gas, I try to keep it at 40. So I actually have a little bit funds, because what I have remaining that I was saving was it was $3.95. But I really don't want to use the rest of that money, like other than for gas. You know what I'm saying? So so out of $3.95 minus $3.49 equals $46. So I would put 46. So I have, yeah, $46. So after the 40, and I'm not putting in anything for spending. So for my total, that would be 40. And I have a remainder of $6, and honestly, I'm probably just gonna set that to the side. Normally I would assign it to something, but I'm just gonna set that to the side. I'm gonna put a thing, I guess like a calendar somewhere in there where you guys can see what I'm talking about, on basically knowing when your car or just your bills are due in general. Okay, so up here, and I'm hoping this came out right, where you guys can see the calendar that I loaded, and it shows that on the 14th, that's when my car note is due, and then on the 9th, my phone bill is due on those days, and on the 17th, my insurance is due. So the way I used to do it is whenever I got paid, I would try to make sure I had enough money from my check to basically cover, say for example, if I got paid on the 8th, I would try to make sure that I would have enough money to cover my phone bill and my car note. And then see where, like, I get paid on the, see how my car note is due on the 17th, I would have been late. So before I started cash stuffing, I would just take that money, whenever I got paid, take that money, that $289, and just apply it to be paid immediately. And then I would kind of struggle a little bit, the rest of my bills or what have you. I would try to figure out basically how many other bills I can pay with that paycheck and then still live. And you know, ever since cash stuffing, it makes it just a little bit easier, because now I'm not taking the entire amount or the entire portion out of my paycheck. I'm only taking a small portion. So now I still have more money to do other things with, if that makes any more sense. But yeah, to me, it's a little bit easier just to go from there. Just take your bills, divide them in half, or if you get paid on a weekly basis, divide them by 4 and stuff that way and budget that way. So basically, by your due date for whatever bill it is, you would take 4 weeks to have it before you're done. If you paid your bills the way I used to, where you would take the entire amount out and then apply it, that's fine. But if you have any extra money left over, put that to the side. So when your next paycheck comes, you can take a little bit more to the side and start building up that envelope until you have the full amount. And that way you can just use that to pay that bill. That's how I actually had to do it for a few of my bills. So it took me like maybe 2 months before I had like the full amount for my car note to actually pay that without being behind or being short on cash. I just took whatever leftover money I had to stuff that, to create the entire bill amount. And I know the way I explained that, it probably sounds weird as hell. But that's the best way I can explain it. But yeah, so since this is totaled at 40, my remaining is actually $6. And normally I would, like I said, I would apply that to something else. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it at 6. I'm just putting 0 here because normally that would be the goal, to have this totaled out at 0. But honestly, I'm probably gonna put that 6 in savings. So I have the remaining at 6. Let me scratch this out and then write savings. $6. And I usually pay myself 10% back, but we're going to put those $6 this way, over here. So now the total amount left is 0. And when I budget, for the most part, it is just that random. I go, like, normally I would tell you, do not budget in ink, because you're gonna be scratching out things and trying to make things work. When you have your savings and then your sinking funds, and you're trying to make sure, oh, all my priorities are paid, oh, one other thing is paid, and then you're trying to make sure, okay, do I want like 50 to go here, or do I want to break this up and put 25 here and another 25 somewhere else? So it's a process, but you have to get it where you're comfortable, and you don't have to have like a sinking fund. If all you can do is just your bills and maybe your wallet, then that's fine. And maybe putting a little bit to the side for savings. Even if all you have is $6, then do that, because over time those $6 add up. But that's all I got for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Abundant Mama out. Bye.